Hey everyone, it's Christina Holloway here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about how to be professional at work using mindfulness techniques. I've mentioned mindfulness as a great tool you can use to help you through stressful situations and uncomfortable conversations. And today, I want to go deeper into why it's so helpful. Mindfulness may sound a little woo, but I'm going to go through 7 ways you can use mindfulness to up-level your professional brand and change the way people see you at work, especially change the way people interact with you as well. I'm going to anchor this video on getting out of your ego because many times that's where the problems start. We want to cultivate a productive mindset, and that means we need to get out of our own way in order to have a transformative career journey. Real quick, if you enjoy this content and want to learn more about how to make power moves in your career, make sure to follow my channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video from me. All right, so let's get started. Here are 7 strategies to help you detach from ego-driven patterns and enhance your professionalism at work. Tip number 1, practice self-awareness. This is about using in-the-moment awareness with your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors without judgment. Here's what I mean. When I was much younger and just starting out, I'd often feel a sense of resentment or hostility towards someone else for getting recognized for their work. Or I'd just have an uneasy feeling of thinking their recognition meant I wasn't doing well myself. So I'd compare myself to others and feel less than. It took some time, but I started to recognize when my ego was taking control and causing unproductive patterns. Like I might be distant or unhelpful to that person, but that didn't help the situation and it reflected poorly on me. So I'd practice catching myself in the moment of feeling that way. I'd recognize it, and then I'd let it go as something that would hold me back from my own professional journey. That helped me stop the unproductive pattern of withdrawing or being unhelpful because professionally, I was more interested in being seen as collaborative. It didn't stop the feelings, but it stopped the behavior pattern, and that's the win. Number 2, embrace humility. Look, there comes a point in your career where you need to recognize that you don't have all the answers and that there's always room for improvement. It's important to be open to learning from others and value their perspectives. Also, be open to receiving feedback from others. Use it as an opportunity for growth rather than taking it personally. Now, I prefer not to use the term constructive criticism, so be careful when you hear it or when you use it. I believe it has a very negative connotation and it sets you or the other person up for being defensive. If someone asks you if they can give you constructive criticism, tell them no. I'd prefer not to talk in terms of criticism. If you have feedback, I will gladly have that conversation. This helps you set a productive boundary and also helps you change someone else's perspective on what it means to collaborate with you. Tip number 3, set meaningful goals. Like I mentioned in tip number 1, when you practice self-awareness, you suddenly find focus on the goals that align with your values and your purpose. This helps you avoid seeking validation or proving yourself to others. It's important to ask yourself often if you're trying to accomplish something because the environment around you has changed you into that person, or if you're still working on projects that are helping you achieve the goals you set for yourself. This one is important because it can be hypnotizing to get into a big company with a powerful culture and you just start swimming in those waters. Remind yourself periodically to stay focused on what truly matters to you. Give yourself a reset throughout the year. Tip number 4, practice gratitude. This is about positive reinforcement, and I like to talk about it in terms of giving feedback to your peers and subordinates to set a healthy culture. But you should also do this with yourself. Once you have a sense of gratitude for what you have and the progress you've made, you'll be able to calm down a little bit in your everyday interactions, especially if you have competitive tendencies. If you're constantly feeling like you're behind or always needing to catch up, then you forget your perspective on how far you've actually come. This helps tame the need for constant validation and comparison. Now, if you're truly behind, but just a little bit, then formulate a realistic plan that helps you feel like you're on the meaningful journey while you manage overwhelm. Tip number 5, foster a growth mindset. For the perfectionists out there, this one is for you. Stay out of the weeds and try looking at things from the bigger picture. Success becomes more clear when you step back and see the whole landscape. Try very hard to look at challenges as opportunities for growth rather than viewing them as threats to your ego or to your perfectionism. When you focus on learning and improvement instead of constant perfection, you will step out of your comfort zone, but it's going to be worth it. Focus more on the process and not just the outcome. Embrace the journey and try really hard to find joy in the process. This helps you detach from an egocentric drive towards instant success and small wins, so you can look forward into a more achievable future. Tip number 6, cultivate empathy and compassion. Be nice to people, even the assholes. I'm joking. Don't be nice to them. Okay, seriously, this one is important. From our own lived experiences, sometimes people can be jerks, and this is really about a breakdown in communication and expectations. I've talked about understanding where people come from when you're dealing with them, especially the difficult people. This is not about having sympathy for people. Oh, I feel so sorry for Bob. Let's change these things to help him feel better. Do not do that. This is about seeing what their mindset is and responding appropriately. Oh, you're being uncooperative, maybe because they're threatened by your success. See tip number 1. What can we do to work through this? That's empathy, and it's solution-based. Give this person a chance by trying to understand where they're coming from. If they're not capable of meeting you in a neutral space, you're saying there's nothing we can work on, then beat it. They're not in mindfulness yet, so that's your boundary. Develop an understanding for the perspectives of others, because this is going to help you shift your focus from you trying to fix this situation to you setting a boundary toward collaboration and cooperation. Have empathy for their struggle, and then tell them where to meet you for productivity and respect. That's your boundary. Also, you don't need everyone to like you. If you're going to be successful anywhere, you need to let that go. Tip number 7, practice active listening. This one comes from my communication toolkit. If you need to practice mindfulness, especially if you struggle with paying attention to someone else's point of view or opinions, then active listening will help you slow your brain, especially if it's in overdrive. This is another exercise you can practice until you get good at it. Work very hard on waiting until the other person finishes talking, and make sure to respond to what they were just saying to you. Look for communication cues without interrupting or preemptively responding in your mind. Taking time to understand others will help you build stronger relationships and help you reduce ego-driven tendencies. You can be one of those people who's good at listening and responding, or one of those people who reacts and loves to hear himself talk. It's a choice. On a final note, transforming your mindset takes time and practice. Be patient with yourself and celebrate small victories. All right, so that's it for my video on how to use mindfulness as a tool to up-level your professional brand at work. If you have examples of how you've used any of these tips at work, feel free to share them in the comments below. I would love to hear about it. And if you enjoyed watching this video and you found it helpful, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up by hitting that like button, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you never miss another video from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.